For 2 years, Karan carried a deep spiritual longing, searching for the ultimate truth of who he is and wanting to know his true purpose. While he attempted courses and self-contemplation, the quest remained unresolved. In this interview, Karan shares his profound healing and awakening experience working with Ekomananda and Sunyata. Together, we explore how therapy supports self-inquiry, when the emotional patterns obscure our true nature, and how the path opens up when the mind becomes less entangled. If you have been wondering these big questions, who am I? Why am I here? What is my true purpose? How can I connect to my essence? Then this conversation is for you.
It came into my mind that there is a purpose of life. If there is a purpose of life, what is the purpose of life? And if there is not a purpose in life, why people talk about God? Yes, so I started searching about God, looking around what other people have to say about it, scriptures, gurus, sadhus, what they are saying about it. I used AI platform as well to discover it. Um, it just came into my mind that to find a purpose of life, maybe I have to go back into the past life to find and see where did I end up so that I can have a happy ending in this life. Happy ending means that voice which is arising from somewhere in my mind to find the purpose of life. It will be calmed down. I'll find out what is the purpose of life by looking at the past life. There is no I to reincarnate. So we were never born, and how can we die? This realization did not come through words. This realization, if we talk about the words, then since I was child, I've been reading Guru Granth Sahib because I belong from Sikh family, and it's already written there that we are not the body, and we are listening this from a long time already, but no clue. Ekomananda guided me towards self-inquiry. With the self-inquiry, each and every moment in the awakening state, recognizing my dream when I wake up, who had a dream, start questioning. Don't worry and don't be fearful of questioning. We always feel scared of questioning ourselves, that why we should question. The life is good, the life is very good. If the life is very good, why do we have the grievances? Why do we cry? Why do we crave? Why do we have desire? So the best method I found out that it's the self-inquiry. The good thing about self-inquiry is that Ekomananda and Sunyata says to drop everything what you hear and just see yourself before knowing anything else. I started looking at my activities. I started looking at my mind. What is he thinking? What does he thinks? Mind thinks I am this body. Why does he thinks I am the body? If the scripture says that I am not the body, question it, goes further, goes deep. Then you started seeing everything in yourself, where the question is arising from, who is asking the question, and where is the questionnaire in the deep sleep. Why he cannot ask the question in deep sleep? It's the identity of the questionnaire is gone in deep sleep, but you are not gone. So who are you then if you're not the questionnaire? So you have to watch every single step. Even if you're feeling hungry, just watch the body. It's not very hard to do it. I thought it gonna be very hard, but it's not hard. It's very easy. If we are working, if we are in the awakening state, we are talking, Just notice the talks. Just notice what this body is saying through the mind, through the senses, obviously. And slowly, slowly, the truth starts to reveal itself, and you can easily negate everything which you have to, because you are not the object. So you can objectify everything because you can see everything. You can see your thoughts. You are not the thought.
Did you experience that you are not your thought, you are not the body when you are working with Ekomananda or Sunyata?
Yes, I felt it and I had an experience. I should not use the word experience because then it will be a sort of something which is mystical, but it is not mystical. It is just real. It is everywhere and it is for everyone, accessible, and it is logical. It's not a it's not something magic happens. It's logical, purely logical. It's just dropping of an illusion, misidentification, which we kept on thinking since childhood, and what we've been told to, that we are the body. It just drops. And the truth reveals itself. Ikumunenda, I have found out that she tries to go in a person's situation and assess the situation and assess the pain, and tries to demolish the pain slowly, slowly, in a very nicer way, by not negating the value of a person, what he holds. That the values can be coming from the culture, tradition, likes, dislikes. Ekomananda tries to look into it and tries to find out an answer for a given personality, a given person, and tries to show them the way which is easily accessible for them in their given environment, in their given culture, tradition. Whereas Shunyata, he talks non dual, which is the end goal of every, you can say, soul, every person who is looking for liberation. He just takes you there straight away. Sometimes it can lead to confusion and misunderstanding as well, because you think that what Ekomananda is saying is different than what Shunyata is saying. But you have to be very careful, because the moment you start looking at yourself, you realize that both are, one is sitting at the top of the hill, and another, Ekomananda, is taking you from the bottom of the hill to the top, and on the top there is someone who is holding the hand, and he is also pulling you up. So she is pushing you from bottom, and Shunyata is pulling you up from the top. This is how I believe that they work. I feel very light, very happy, contented now. There is nothing to be achieved, nothing to lose, nothing to gain. The misidentification, it drops out, the clarity comes in. I think I cannot put it into the words until a person goes to self inquiry and he can see the truth by himself. Therapy happens in quietness. In the quietness, the mind calms down a little bit. Ikomenenda, with her therapy, focuses on, or I should say, the target on that mind's part who is struggling, who is stopping an individual to climb the mountain, which he wants to, but something is stopping. Ikomenenda goes to the core of it, and she takes out the things, and she asks the person only. It's not a magic. It's only the person who gives the answers. And when he or she gives the answers in a calm and quiet mind, from the calm and quiet mind, then they step out from one portion and they move on to another portion. Maybe they don't have to move on the another portion. and maybe then they they have got the wings now and they can fly themselves. However, if they don't have wings, they can continue coming here for the session until they get the wings. When I came to Ekomananda first, and when I met Sunyata first, I always have I was a really serious seeker, and my theory was that if it is seeking the truth, and if it is seeking the truth from a body, this body has to trust that body. Who knows if that person may misguide you, but it's worth trying. If we come with a mindset that let's see what the people says, and let's see what that person says, and then I'll think about it, that is, I think, the wrong theory. I think that first you have to trust a person, and once you have a full trust, and then you believe in yourself, you will get it. Yes, I did one course, and I don't want to take the name of that, but they focusing on a different method, which was, I think, not feasible for me. I didn't find it very good, but I now realize that their method is also good. The only thing is that the self realization, what I think, can occur through self inquiry, because you have to realize yourself and you have to see yourself for that. So that's very simple. Ekomananda and Shunyata focuses more on an individual person who is asking the question. They throw back the question to the questionnaire, asking, go into yourself and ask who is asking the question. They have shown us the Ramana Maharishi's technique of who am I. They are guiding that simple technique to everyone, and I think that is the best technique. Well, for me, it was the best technique. For others, it might be a different technique suitable, until and unless they have gone through the therapy sessions. I think yes, yes. I believe that one has to go for a therapy before, because everybody comes with interpreted mindset. If the mind is already interpreted somehow, and this is why the person comes here, because obviously he somewhere felt something, that he wants this, he wants that, he wants to get the answer for this, he wants to get the answer for that, and then in the therapy it shows up differently than what a person is expecting, and they just change the vision. Ekomananda and Shunyata change the vision of a person who is coming with grievances, with desires, with a different agenda, with a different mindset, and they change the mindset by pointing towards who am I. I think the answer would be that if you want to go on the other shore of the river and there is a boat, just sit on it. Don't sit and come back on the same shore. Don't sit and go 100 meters and turn back and come on the same shore. Just sit on it and just keep going. It's okay. Some can go. It's good that if some can go fast, they want to go on that shore. If they want to go slowly, it depends upon what circumstances is. With the shore, I mean to say, from the relationship struggles, grievances and all that stuff, towards the happiness, calmness, peacefulness, self-inquiry, because that's the basic. I think that's the basic goal of everyone. Everyone wants to be happy. Nobody wants to be sad in life. Trust, trust the boat. Trust Ikumenenda, trust Shunyata, Trust the boat, trust the way, and be into it. Don't let your mind think too much. If you think too much, then the mind can turn the boat back. If you want to climb, just climb it. If you want to go on the other shore, just go it. Go it smoothly, go it nicely. You can still do your work, you can still go to job, you can still manage the household. You can do everything with the self inquiry and whatever the guidance is given by Ekomananda and Sunyata. Very smooth, I would say, very lightweight, like there is no heavy burden on the head. There is no goal to achieve because it will just show up, it will just happen. So there is no need to worry about it. I just have a laugh and I tell Ikumanenda the stories as well, and we just have a laugh. That, so what if we forget? That's okay. I mean, we were busy maybe in self inquiring ourselves, which is the best thing to do because the more you inquire yourself, the more deeper you go. And that is the boat. There is no one outside who can show you who can actually take you there. They can show you the map. So the Ekomananda and Sunyata are a map, a road map, but you have to drive your own car to go to the destination. They can show you a map. That's very easy. If you, and that's what we need, to show us a map. If I have to put it in the words, there are many words. We have created it. Awareness, I would say, is a good word, as for that we are aware of everything, and because we are aware of everything, we can objectify everything. Eventually, the awarer drops because if the awarer goes away, I am still there. I would say awareness. I cannot say awarer because awareness is also there when the awarer is not there, and the one which comes in and goes, it's not you. I would say my question, the biggest question was always in my mind, why do I see duality? I think this is the end of that. If there is no duality, if you are residing and abiding in the non duality, even if you are not, you have found a path to follow, to absorb, that is the end of it. I mean, even if we read books or we follow anyone, but the first thing should be, how can I see non-duality? Why I can see two if they are all saying, they all, the religion says that there is one God and this is all created by God. They all say that. Some people can say that there is one, consciousness. It's just a different words. You can say consciousness, God, Atma, Paramatma, Brahman. But why I cannot see one, why I can see only two? And self inquiry will reveal that.
If you are experiencing burning out, spiritual exhaustion, awakening difficulties, and a longing to connect to your true nature and wanting to discover your true purpose, we invite you to explore how healing and self inquiry can work together to bring your life to the next stage of truth. If you feel called, book a free assessment call today. The link is in the description box. Integrating healing with self-inquiry provides you the needed tool to understand the repeating patterns. By understanding these dynamics, it becomes easier and more accessible to self-inquiry and step into inner peace, profound awakening, and stabilize in your essence. We look forward to connect to all like-minded souls.